We just got the first awesome trailer for Black Panther, which gives us a glorious peek inside the world of Wakanda and a first look at new villains in the MCU. Yippee-ki-yay movie lovers, it's Jan here, and in this video I'm breaking down the Black Panther trailer for Easter eggs, references and other teasers for what we can look forward to seeing in the movie. The trailer kicks off with the return of Ulysses Klaue, and he's missing his left arm, which you'll probably remember he lost when Ultron cut it off in Avengers Age of Ultron. Klaue was stockpiling vibranium which he sold to Ultron in that movie, and here he's being interrogated by Everett Ross, the CIA op who appeared for the first time in Captain America Civil War. In the comics, Klaue also loses a limb and gets a prosthetic arm equipped with a sonic emitter that he uses as a weapon, and I'll talk more about that later. By the way, I'm sure it won't be lost on fans of The Hobbit that thanks to this scene we're seeing Bilbo Baggins and Gollum together again. Next up is this misty shot of an enormous waterfall which reminded me of the last time we saw Black Panther in the mid-credit scene for Captain America Civil War, where T'Challa and Steve Rogers looked out over a jungle landscape with a waterfall in the distance. This is actually Warrior Falls, and in the following shots we'll see T'Challa emerging from his Royal Talon fighter for his coronation ceremony. You no doubt noticed T'Challa's fantastic tattoos as he steps out of his craft, and it's a little difficult to see here, but they're actually Panther themed. And greeting T'Challa for the ceremony is Forest Whitaker, who's playing Zuri, a spiritual leader and a father-like figure to T'Challa. Director Ryan Coogler has described Zuri as an Obi-Wan Kenobi type character who will advise and guide Black Panther in the movie. And with Zuri, you can also see these children preparing for the ceremonial ritual. They're using something called a heart-shaped herb. In the comics, the juices of this herb are prepared in a ceremony and given only to those who are worthy enough to become the Black Panther. The herb gives the receiver super strength, speed, agility, senses and healing powers, which you can see in some of the awesome action shots in the trailer. Notice the force, for example, with which T'Challa slams this guy into a truck, and the incredible backflips in this shot, and the way Black Panther's vibranium armor just deflects these bullets reminds me of that rooftop scene in Civil War where bullets also just glanced off him. Also in the trailer we get one of our new villains, Eric Killmonger, who's actually the guy behind the mask breaking Klaue out from his detention with a team of mercs. Killmonger is a supervillain and a powerful nemesis of Black Panther, and the mask he's wearing here is a bit different from the one he has in the comics, though it retains the mane around the mask. Eric Killmonger is played by Michael B. Jordan, who worked with Black Panther director Ryan Coogler previously on Creed and Fruitvale Station. And we can see Killmonger apprehended later in the trailer and escorted by W'Kabi, who is T'Challa's chief of security in the comics. And W'Kabi is played by Daniel Kaluuya, who recently starred in the horror movie Get Out. And it looks like Killmonger has been escorted to meet T'Challa and the other tribal leaders in this throne room. By the way, this tribal leader with a lip plate is currently described on IMDb as a River Tribe elder. There's also a number of T'Challa's elite female bodyguards, the Dora Milaje, in the trailer. Overseeing the interrogation of Klaue is Okoye, played by Danai Gurira from The Walking Dead. And there's also this very cool group shot of the Dora Milaje, headed up by Florence Kasumba. Kasumba appeared briefly in Captain America Civil War, where she faced off with Black Widow, telling the Avenger to move or be moved. Back to this trailer, in the casino scene is Nakia, played by Lupita Nyong'o, and she also appears later in her Dora Milaje outfit with some cool disc-like weapons. And next to Nakia is Shuri, T'Challa's sister, played by Letitia Wright, and she's sporting some very cool Panther-style blasters. These are likely a vibranium-based weapon that she's developed herself because her background in the movie is that she spent many years researching vibranium and developing technology, which makes me wonder if Klaue will be trying to steal some of her tech for his weaponized prosthetic arm. Nakia and Shuri also show up again in the scene with T'Challa's mother Ramonda. This shot is set in the mountain terrain of the Jabari tribe, and another scene introduces their leader M'Baku, also known in the comics as Manape. M'Baku is a powerful tribal leader who's been a long-standing enemy of Black Panther in the comics. His comic book character led the outlawed white gorilla cult, and he obtained super strength after taking part in a ritual involving a white gorilla. And you can see a little nod to that perhaps in the white fur that he and his followers are wearing. Now this is an interesting shot because look carefully at the spokes on Black Panther's collar, and they're definitely different to the ones we saw him wear in Captain America Civil War and earlier in the trailer. I'm curious as to whether this is a flashback, an early version of his suit, or perhaps his suit's been damaged and he's had to go back to an earlier prototype. So what did you think of the Black Panther trailer, and did it get you hyped up for the movie? And were there any other Easter eggs or cool details you noticed? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, you might also like my Wonder Woman Easter eggs video where I've got a cool giveaway for an awesome Art of the Movie book. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and while you're here, check out some of my other videos by tapping or clicking the screen. Thanks for watching and see you next time, yippee-ki-yay movie lovers!